Hi there. Today I'm going to be showing you how I put the pattern that I made for my pajamas that I cut from the clothes that I had. If you didn't watch the video, I'll put it in the over here at the top and you can go and watch it. I cut out the pattern from the pajamas that I had. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be putting that pattern onto the material and cutting it out and sewing it and that. So it might not all happen in one day. I might have to do it over a few days, but I thought that I would bring you with so you can watch and see what I do. I don't have an overlocker, so I use the zigzag stitch on my sewing machine, which is like a tip for those that can't afford to have an overlocker and a sewing machine. You can actually use the zigzag on your sewing machine to be like overlocking. I mean, it doesn't look as fancy as overlocking, but it works for me with the clothes that I make. It stays the way that it's supposed to. So I hope that you enjoy the video further. I love being creative and trying new things in my journey through life. Writing best practices, tips and tricks, sharing updates on my own writing and books with different tutorials sprinkled in between. I enjoy sharing my knowledge. There's music covers and original pieces written and composed by me. Handmade jewelry reveals, sewing videos, other crafts, poetry reading, book reviews, and many, many more. Come and join me on this journey and let's have fun together. Alright, the material that I've got is quite creased and I wanted to try and do it on my ironing board, but the ironing board is not in a very good condition. I have to fix it, and also this material is very long, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a towel and I'm going to put it on the floor and then I'm going to iron on top of the towel and just get the material a little bit more straight, because you don't want it too creased when you're sewing it or cutting it out, because it might make your garment smaller or mess with the size of your garment. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. is I had 3 meters of this material and it's not enough. I can't do the top, the front and the back pieces of the top, but I've done the pants and I've done the sleeves. So I'll just have to go and get more material next week, and then I can carry on cutting out the top and stuff. But what I'm going to do so long off camera is I'm just going to pin the pants together so that I can sew it next week. Okay, so this is several days later, and I finally got the material, the extra material to do the top. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pin it on, pin the pattern onto the fabric and cut it out, and then I'll show you that out because I've already pinned the pants together, so I'll show that to you, and then I'm going to pin the top together with the sleeves which I've already cut out, and then we'll go from there. So there's the 2 patterns cut out. Let me just take them off. Okay, so these are the pants that I pinned together. I don't know if you can see them very nicely, but they're pinned. Now I just have to overlock, or with me it's cross stitching because, or zigzag stitching because I don't have an overlocker, and then sew together and then put the hems and the elastic in. But before I do that, I'm going to also pin the top, which I've just cut out. I'm going to pin that together with the sleeve so that that can also be sewn onto the, sewn. What I can tell you, I'm going to sit in my room and pin it because I've got a fan there, because we're in South Africa at the moment. Well, I'm always in South Africa, but it is extremely hot, so I can't work without a fan. I feel like I'm melting. So I'm going to go to my room and pin it and put the fan on, and it will be like a time lapse for you. So now it's pinned, the top is pinned, and I've pinned the sleeves, but I can't pin the sleeves onto the shirt until they've been sewn. And then I'm also just going to first sew the top as it is before I pin the sleeves on, so I'll do the sleeves last. And just excuse what my sewing machine looks like. I've had it since I was in primary school, and I got it when it was second hand, so it is old, but it still works. It sometimes cuts the thread, but you know, it is what it is. after I'd sewn the sleeves and the shirt, I'm now busy pinning the sleeves to the shirt so that I can sew that on so I can sew it together. I had now finished pinning the sleeves to the shirt, and now I am going to sew it onto the shirt. Now that I've sewn the garment together, now I need to put the hemming in. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm pinning all the hemming in, but I'm not going to show you all the pinning because it's boring. So I'll just show you how I do it, and then I'll move on to the next part. I got my elastic out, and I'm now busy checking how to, or checking the size of the elastic and pinning according to that size so that it fits when I've sewn it. I've pinned all of the hems, and now I'm going to sew all of them. I'm also not going to show you all of this because it is also boring, so I will cut it off at one point. I'm now going to thread the elastic into the top hem of the pants with a safety pin, which I put on the end of the elastic, which you'll see now, and then it just helps me to pull the elastic through the hem of, the top seam of the pants, and then I'll sew it together and then sew it closed. Okay, so I just caught it there and on the other side as well, so that should be fine. And now I'm done. So next I will basically do the big reveal. Okay, so this is the pajamas done. As you can see, it's nice and long sleeves, which is what I really like. And then the pants, I can make them a little bit tighter because they're falling off me. I really like the fact that the shirt is so big. It's nice. I love big and baggy stuff. Okay, I can't show you the pants right now. What I'll do is I'll try and find a way to show you. Okay, and there's the pants. I wanted to make them long, but not where I trip over them if I'm wearing them in the house and not sleeping. But they are, I must say, it's very comfortable, although it's summer at the moment, so I'm getting very hot. So I'm going to take it off before I carry on with the video. Okay, so in case you're wondering where I am, I'm actually at my parents' house because I'm looking after my grandfather while my stepdad gets his radiation for the day. So that was the pajamas that I made from that pattern that I cut. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, if you can please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you can please do so and click that subscription block below. It shows support for my channel, which I really do appreciate as well. All of my social media will be in the description block below, including my blog, which is where you'll find more content from me. And if you go to www.patreon.com/Ondeane Lourens, you will be able to support what I do on this channel and also what I do on my blog. It's the best way for you to do that, and also there's more content from me there as well. And I hope that you have a lovely day further and keep your crystal on and your sparkle strong. Goodbye.